Hi guys! So today it's a review day and we're gonna show you the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 phone gimbal. This gimbal has accompanied us through our journey through the mountains, river and valleys, and it's still with us. So today we're gonna show you how it works, we're gonna show you the functions that come with the app, and we're gonna also run some tests to show you whether it's good or bad. So keep on watching! The main purpose of a gimbal is to have a steady shot, and there's no better way to demonstrate this than by following Tammy while she's running, and I'm gonna run behind her. So in 3, 2, 1, now! I'm making the video here just with the video function of the phone, so without the DJI app. And here's the result. It looks very steady, right? Even though I was running behind her. Let's try that again. But this time, I would be using the DJI app. And here's the result from making video using the app. It looks quite steady, but it also looks kinda shaky, right? And here's side-by-side comparison, showing that the video taken without the app looks a little bit more steady than the one taken with the app. And this time, let's try the stability while we're doing selfie for the video. So I'm gonna first lock it on my face over there, and I'm gonna run. And the video here looks kinda shaky as well, as the locking function tries to follow my face. And here's the result, and it does look shaky. It looks like the locking function really struggles with the movement that I made. Here I tried it again without the locking function, and it still looks kinda shaky. So I tried it again, but this time without the app, and it does look a little bit more steady. In the side-by-side comparison, you do see again that the video taken without the app looks better than the video taken with the app. And the only possible explanation for this is that the built-in stabilizer of the Samsung Galaxy S10 only works while it's on normal video mode and not while using the app. And that's why the video taken without the app has the extra stability. And let's test how good the balance of the gimbal is. So I'm now moving the gimbal left and right, up and down, and the resulting picture still looks very steady. And so in this regard, the gimbal is doing quite well. This time, let's try the locking function. So I'm gonna lock it on Tammy's face, and I'm gonna stay still while she's gonna move around. In 3, 2, 1, now. As you can see, the green square is following her, and as the object gets bigger or smaller, the square also gets bigger and smaller. So it's quite good in recognizing the object. That's good. And this is quite a cool function, the dynamic zoom. So we're gonna try this one. So first lock in on Tammy's face, and the zoom starts from 4 times. And after I press record, I have to start slowly moving towards Tammy, and then zoom will also decrease all the way to 1 time. And once I reach 1 time, then I can press the stop recording button, and the system will start generating the video, and voila! It looks quite cool, right? The size of the person stays the same, but the background changes. The biggest drawback is that at higher zoom, the picture looks a little bit blurry, but it gets better as the zoom decreases. And you can clearly see the difference in quality in this side-by-side comparison. And now let's try the other type of the dynamic zoom function, moving out. So it basically works almost the same, it's just the other way around. Let's try. Just one advice for you, mind your step as you move backwards. Okay, now we can stop the recording, and voila! So it's basically the same as the previous one, it's just the other way around. Now let's try the panoramic clone me function. Timey will be the model for this, and press start. The gimbal automatically turns to take the first picture. The second one. And the last picture. It's very helpful to have somebody to direct you to the correct position. And here's the result, and as you can see, there are 3 clones of the subject. Next one is the 3x3 panoramic shot. Once you press start, the gimbal will make a movement to take shots from 9 different angles and stitch those pictures together to make one photo. And by the way, you can do this not only in landscape, but also in portrait. Here are the results in landscape and in portrait. The last panoramic shot left is the 240 degrees. Let's try it out. In this mode, the gimbal will make a sweeping horizontal movement from left to right, taking 7 pictures and stitching them together. And of course, you can also do this in portrait. Here are the results in both landscape and portrait. Now let's try the time-lapse function to create a time-lapse video. You can choose the interval in which the camera takes a picture, ranging from half a second up to 60 seconds, and you can also choose the duration for the time-lapse, ranging from 1 minute up to 5 hours. And you can also set the path for the gimbal to go through during the time-lapse, and you can choose up to 4 points for that. And when everything is set, we can press record, and the gimbal will start taking the time-lapse and starts moving also according to the preset path. And when it's done, you can see the result. It looks very nice, right? And here's another example for that. And let's see the difference in result when we choose different intervals for the time-lapse. For this test, let's try half a second and 2 seconds. Here's the result with half a second, and here's the result with 2 seconds. So the interval determines the speed of the time-lapse, and the larger the interval is, the faster the objects will move. Anyway, let's try the last function, the hyperlapse. Here the camera will speed up and condense the recording, and you can do that from 5 times up to 30 times faster. Here I'm trying the 5 times recording, and let's see the results. And if I try a faster speed, here's how it looks like. And as you can see, the faster the speed is, the faster the objects will move in the recording. In the end, the hyperlapse also creates a video that's quite similar to the time-lapse. And what's the difference actually? Well, you decide for yourself, because for me, it looks kinda the same anyway. And now, let's talk about the things that I like and I don't like from the gimbal. Well, firstly, it is quite handy to be carried because it folds quite small like this. And as far as I know, this is also one of the lightest gimbal of its kind in the market, so that's a really big plus. And secondly, all the buttons that you need to operate the gimbal are within the easy reach of your thumb or your index finger, so it's never far off from that. And things that I don't like, firstly, if you're using the DJI app and then you're using it with a lot of different shooting function, it's gonna eat up the battery of your camera really fast. And secondly, if you're using the white lens function of your phone, you're gonna see this part of the gimbal on the edge of your camera as well. So that's a really big annoyance, that I have to move the camera a little bit to the side so that this part is off the screen. And lastly, sometimes the calibration can also be a little bit off. And I noticed that by having the camera pointing in the horizon, and I can see that the horizon is a little bit tilted. And as far as I know, a lot of people across the internet are having the same problem as well. So it's a well-known problem, and hopefully they can fix it for the next version. But anyway. And that was our review, test and thought of the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 phone gimbal. We think that this is a really good product and it has served us well throughout our journey thus far. And we're gonna leave it up to you to decide whether this is good or bad based on the test result that you saw earlier. Anyway, if you have any other thoughts or feedback, please leave it in the comment because we would like to hear about it. And also we know that there is a newer version of it, which is the DJI Osmo Mobile 4. And if you happen to have it as well, please let us know as well, and we would like to hear it from you. Anyway, we will see you in the next video, we will see you in the next review, and of course don't forget to subscribe.